On this episode of Wolf Tracks, we give you an inside look at all the exciting events going on at SK. History catch your fancy? Learn more about the Puget Sound Naval Museum. Go inside the minds of the talented Mr. SK participants. And we find out what happens when you mix teen drivers and a road course with a twist. Learn all about these events and more on Wolf Tracks.
Hello, and welcome to Wolf Tracks Online. I'm Evan Pittman.
And I'm Nick Linsow.
Nick, how about you take this first story?
So, have you ever considered a career in the culinary industry? Well, Teron Bell and Kenzie Hunter produced a story on it on the 2-year ProStart program. Let's check it out.
ProStart is a nationwide 2-year high school program that unites the classroom and industry to develop the best and brightest talent into tomorrow's restaurant and food service leaders.
My post-high school plan is to hopefully attend the Seattle Art Institute. If that doesn't work out, hopefully maybe OC or South Seattle Community College. And after that, hopefully own my own baking restaurant or regular restaurant.
Did you know the restaurant industry is expected to add 1.3 million jobs over the next decade, with employment reaching 14 million by 2021? That includes an 11% plus growth in management positions. The ProStart students learn to make many dishes in class. Here are some of the various dishes that the students are perfecting.
This is our appetizer, and it's made out of beets, fennel, and onions, and chicken broth, and a Norwegian cheese called snowfrisk. And yeah.
The ProStart students are committed to what they do. Not only do they prepare in school, but they also prepare on their free time.
I don't have a favorite dish to cook, but my favorite type of food is Italian, because that's where my family comes from. So it's been taught down from my grandma to my dad to me. So
ProStart is an excellent career starter for high school students and a smart investment for the future.
All right. I've learned a lot from taking ProStart. Like, there's a lot more to cooking than just like throwing stuff on a pan and just frying it. And there's a lot more like criteria you get judged by. And also just like there's a lot of amazing people in the food industry, and they're all pretty unique in some way.
If you're interested in learning more about ProStart, or maybe even joining it, contact Ms. Boyle, a teacher at South Kitsap High School.
We love ProStart!
As you can see, the ProStart program has got quite the following. And speaking of careers, students from all over the school are balancing both work and their studies. Samantha Wells and Jessica Berry have got the inside look on exactly how these students are able to pull it off.
Here in the little town of Port Orchard, the South Kitsap high schoolers have more than just a teenage mentality. They also have work ethic, and a great one too. Some of you may not realize how many students actually have jobs. So we took a look into how they balance school and work.
Obviously, if you're struggling in school, it's my perception that your focus should be in school. So the main thing is how you can balance your schedule where work makes sense, because school, I know it's going to be funny hearing this from a teacher, should be the priority. But I also realize the reality of students needing money to pay for gas, especially when it's for over $4 a gallon. And not to mention possible family obligations to help the family out. So it really depends on the situation, but it really comes down to, can you remain as successful in school and benefit from that extra money coming in to help you with expenses, whatever those expenses might be.
Students can work just about anywhere, from pizza places, grocery stores as cart wranglers or baggers, Taco Bell, Jack in the Box, the movie theater, any bank, Burger King, or even McDonald's. So we took the liberty of checking in with one of our very own student workers.
I personally like having a job being in high school. I think it's getting me prepared for my future. Just starting out now, you can just build different skills like time management and just, things like that to help you with any other job that you're gonna have. So I definitely enjoy having a job now, and I think starting young kind of gets just certain jobs kind of like out of the way.
The skills that you learn on the job while you're in high school will help you develop as a worker for the rest of your life. At least that's been my experience. I had a job when I was in high school, and I learned things on that job that I never learned in the classroom. And the biggest thing is learning how to work with other people and learning how to work with people that are really different than you are. And it just adds skills and abilities to your skill set, if you will, a teacher term, to help you be successful in the future. It's a good thing.
Students can learn so many important skills from getting a job at this young age. But don't forget to never give up trying, because you have to show that you want the job.
Pretty interesting stuff. And remember, you can always stop by Mr. Neighbors if you have any questions about work-based learning. Anyways, South Kitsap definitely has its fair share of comedians and talent, but whenever do you get to see it all together? Cameron Burke and Mason Wolf have got the recap on the Mr. SK event.
Who says pageants are only for girls? Certainly not these guys. On Friday, April 13th, 2012, 7 senior boys gathered to face off in a battle of talent and beauty, known as Mr. SK. But what exactly is the purpose of this event?
Mr. SK is our annual senior pageant. It's just for senior boys, and the senior class ASB uses it to fundraise for prom and any other expenses the senior class might need. And it's just kind of a fun way to acknowledge the senior guys, since guys usually don't get a pageant.
In this particular Mr. SK, hosted by the lovely Jessica J. Townsend and TJ Bell, the night opened with a group dance and led into introductions of the 7 contenders: Jay Jose, Cody Pethick, Kellen Kennedy, Brendan Rawl, Greg Lane, Renty Cruz, and Marco Segreiro. Prior to this night, many emotions were felt, and all had their own reasons for participating.
Originally, I was doing it for my girlfriend, so she could be my escort, but now I'm just in it, just that fun, just to remember high school, that I did something fun, especially because I've never been in this type of environment. It's something totally new. It's a memory that I'll always cherish and be with me.
I'm doing Mr. SK because never on stage or anything. Sounds something humiliating for me to do.
I'm pretty nervous. I am first on.
I am extremely nervous. I'm not gonna lie.
I feel pretty terrible, actually. I think I'm gonna mess up a lot. It's gonna be pretty funny because I'm messing up a lot.
I'm really, really nervous, but I'm also really excited. But still, I'm actually gonna go hard. I'm gonna go hard for it.
Hopefully, I'm gonna win because I'm in it to win it. You know what I'm saying?
The night moved into the individual talent section, where the audience was treated to a Pokemon song by Jay,
A song and dance from Cody,
lacrosse stick tricks by Kellen,
beatboxing and guitar playing from Brendan,
Greg's wonderful painting skills,
Renty's musical talents,
and comical performances by Marcos's various personas.
All the guys' talents were entertaining, but no male contest is complete without some direct competition. So out came the hula hoops, and the boys had to hula their hearts out.
Then, after a question and answer session, it was time to pick a winner. The audience voted, and after a suspenseful drum roll, the winner of the 2012 Mr. SK pageant was Greg Lane.
I feel very shocked and surprised, actually. I had no idea I would win, and this is probably the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. Now Miss Edmonds can't call me a loser anymore.
In the end, everyone had a blast.
This experience was fun!
I have to say that I'm happy for all those that came, and I can't wait to tell all those who didn't, and I'm speechless.
My favorite part definitely had to be the question portion.
I don't know why. I just like questions.
It was so awesome.
It was awesome.
I'm just so happy.
And Mr. SK ended with Greg Lane holding the ever-coveted role for the next year.
Thank you all for coming. You had your passion.
Congratulations to all of the participants, and even if you did miss Mr. SK, one thing you can't miss is the Bremerton Naval Museum, and even then, Matt Estron and Ellen Gordon got the inside scoop on all the interesting details going on over there.
The Bremerton Puget Sound Naval Museum stands right outside the Bremerton Naval Base, showing history, information, and even interacting displays.
For all you history nerds out there, the first floor is filled with information about the naval base from the 1870s to the present.
The museum existed for about 50 years before its current form. It started on the shipyard. It was run by the Navy, and then the Navy decided they want to run the museum on the shipyard. So they moved it off the shipyard, and the city of Bremerton took it over, and I believe the city didn't really have the funding for it, so a volunteer corps took it over, and the volunteers are still here.
Well, I was in the military for 4 years. No, I retired from the post office after 38 and a half years, so that was enough. I came here to work, and then I do other things around town, so it's a lot of fun. I've been doing it 9 years now, and I've met people from all over the world, everywhere. I mean, I don't think there's a country that I haven't met them. Old, young, men, women, children.
Now this is my favorite part of the museum, titled Very Big Ship. You can roam around the entire ship virtually, click on a button, and you get a brief summary on that location.
The second story of the museum shows life among the sailors, with beds, recreation, and how the ship works with everyone on it.
Currently, we have one exhibit about the Puget Sound Naval Shipyard, basically the entire history of the shipyard and currently what the shipyard is doing. We have another one about the John C. Stennis because it's homeported here in Bremerton. So basically what we're trying to do is show the human side of the aircraft carrier, what life is like aboard the aircraft carrier.
This is what the Navy crew sleeps in. Not too roomy, is it?
Where they eat, where they sleep, how they do their laundry, and then the other half of the exhibit kind of shows what the aircraft carrier actually does, so the operation side.
The museum also contains information and exhibits on submarines, like those that we have at the Bangor base.
It's not real. It's not real.
So the next time you're out in Bremerton and with nothing to do, take a stop by the Bremerton Naval Museum and see for yourself.
Thanks guys, be sure to check it out sometime. Are you interested in woodworking? Well, you're in luck. Mike Brothers has got the story on just that.
Deep in the depths of SK lies a program honored in their accomplishments, collecting various accolades for their work. Welcome to Wolf Tracks Online. Woodshop has been a staple for innovation and creation.
To the
In
Woodshop.
fact, for the past 14 years, they have been building houses and structures just like this for the community. Let's
Taught
take
by
an
the one and
in-depth
only
look at
Mr. Schaefer, Woodshop
Check it
is a
out.
class full of opportunities.
Well, when I came here a few years back, we started to develop our program around being obviously working in the shop is a hands-on class, but I guess we kind of took it maybe a step farther, and it became really a very practical hands-on class.
Utilizing various tools and instruments while maintaining a level of safety throughout, the Woodshop truly helps students build towards a successful future. After learning specific concepts in the classroom, students apply their skills and knowledge to various projects.
We try to have fun down here, but obviously we want to be extremely safe, try to teach kids, even if they don't continue on in life, as a career path maybe or whatever, in our area, at least they're getting some practical skills that they can use in their life beyond high school.
Woodshop is a part of the CTE program and proved to be one of the unique classes here at SK. They have built spectacular projects like boats, which have been valued at nearly $100. Woodshop students have been a valued part of the community, creating quality, sometimes very complex products that benefit organizations throughout the entire area. Go against the grain and explore the magic of Woodshop now. And don't worry, no one was harmed in the making of this video.
And if carpentry just isn't your thing, we've also got yearbook, and Claire Posadas has all the details on it.
At the closure of each year you spend in high school, you most likely receive a yearbook. But why? Well, to remember always the memories and experiences you shared in high school, of course. What you may not notice about your yearbook is that incredible hard work was put into it. A whole school year of work, in fact. Here at South Kitsap High School, the students in yearbook class work hard every class and many days after school to make the yearbook the best it can be.
The day before our deadlines or the day of our deadlines, we'll stay really late after school to finish projects and try to push our projects in so that they're perfect.
Putting a lot of extra time into it, coming in during holidays and weekends.
In yearbook, different students have different jobs. Some take pictures of clubs, teams, classes, and numerous events as photographers, and the writers put stories to those pictures. While it can be time-consuming and a lot of hard work at times, creating the yearbook is also a lot of fun.
The most fun about yearbook would have to be being able to explore different areas of it, putting the pages together, or just interviewing people to see what their experiences are and
seeing the finished product in the end.
Already the students have designed a cover for this year's yearbook and came up with the theme Uniquely You. You can bet this year's yearbook crew has got a lot in store for this year's yearbook. You'll just have to purchase one at the end of the year and see for yourself.
As you can see, South has got some great classes for all students to give a try, including NJROTC. They recently traveled to a conference, and Melissa Beers and Tanner Babcock got the coverage on this exciting event.
The SK NJROTC traveled to the stadium drill meet this past month. This was possibly their last drill meet of the year, and for seniors, they eagerly awaited this last chance on the drill deck. Don't do it yet. For seniors, Jose Lopez, Tanner Babcock, Cody Tucker, Aaron Heiselritz, Melissa Beers, Jacob DiBernardi, Russell Ronholt, and Aaron McClister, this was their last drill meet, and they have worked exceedingly hard to be where they were that day. Saturday morning, Color Guard takes the drill deck and proudly presents our colors. Seniors Jose Lopez, Jacob DiBernardi, and Cody Tucker sharply present themselves for the last time.
I don't know. I think if we have hardworking cadets, I mean, it takes everybody. So as long as we have hardworking cadets and NS2s and 3s that are willing to put in the work, then we'll do good.
Unarmed marched down the drill deck, looking to destroy the competition. With a solid routine, seniors Melissa Beers and Jose Lopez looked especially determined for their last drill meet. Armed drill team made a loud impression as they stormed the drill deck. Seniors Tanner Babcock, Jacob DiBernardi, and Cody Tucker gave it their all on that drill deck. Finally, strength team physically pushed themselves to the limits. Russell Ronholt and Aaron McClister exceeded expectations, and sophomore Irvin Anyas placed for the first time in South Kitsap history.
Second place, South Kitsap.
I'm proud of each and every single member of ROTC. They worked their butt off for where they are now. And if they want to do well next year, it's all up to them and how much they really want it, you know.
The SK and JROTC placed countless times in the award ceremonies, unfortunately not securing their place in the regionals.
And if that wasn't enough action for you, there's one last story that'll quench your voyeuristic need for speed. Nick and I recently produced this story on Ford's Driving Skills for Life event, which came to SK. On March 23rd, Ford came down to SK to host the Ford Driving Skills for Life event.
Students of varying grade levels and driving prowess flocked to the north parking lot to participate in the challenges that awaited them. These challenges included driving with impaired vision, navigating a set course while texting, as well as practicing drifts.
It allows them to feel and sense what the car will do. It will also give them an idea of what they can and can't do in a car.
Students also underwent mock-up DUI testing in which they were briefed by an officer and told to follow simple orders while wearing inebriation goggles.
The tests include walking in a straight line and kicking a small cone,
both of which proved to be very difficult. Participants, some goggle-clad, others with phones in hand, were told to navigate a set course while texting or peering out of the drunk goggles.
Definitely don't text and drive.
Yeah, those goggles, you can't see through anything. You think you're all over the place.
Others got a chance to practice drifting, a student favorite.
It was awesome. My favorite thing was whipping the Mustang.
Steven seemed to be a little bit too good at that one.
Ford's program proved successful, and our student drivers walked away more knowledgeable on road distractions and the harms of driving under the influence.
The event was definitely fun and informative for all the participants, as well as entertaining to film and produce.
And if you missed any of these Wolf Tracks episodes, or just like to check them out again, there's a new way for you to see them. Just go online to www.skitsap.wednet.edu, click the link above the TV icon, and then you're instantly connected to the world of SK with Wolf Tracks Online.
That just about does it for this exciting episode of Wolf Tracks. I've been Nick Limsow.
And I've been Evan Pittman. Thanks for watching.